That night, everything seemed absolutely ordinary. The building lights turned on in sequence, as always, and every resident followed their predictable routine. But it was precisely when I looked out the front window that something caught my attention. It was a tiny detail, almost imperceptible, but it made my heart race. A strange movement, a muffled sound, and a behavior that didn't match the pattern of everyday life. And this is where the story begins. The story that not only changed the way I see my neighbors, but also the way I interpret every little sign around me. Because once you uncover a secret hidden so close to home, there's no way to look at things the same again. Get ready, because what I'm about to reveal may make you think twice before ignoring what happens on the other side of your window. I had lived in that building for years, without ever noticing anything unusual. It was the kind of place where everyone seemed to live in harmony. Quick greetings in the elevator, a few shallow conversations in the hallway, and then each person went their own way. Until one rainy night, I decided to observe the facade lit by the streetlights. That's when I noticed something odd in the front apartment. The curtains moved irregularly, as if someone was tugging and releasing them repeatedly, for no apparent reason. Moments later, a bright light switched off and then back on again in quick bursts. That intrigued me, because it didn't seem like a simple electrical problem. It was as if there was a pattern behind each flicker. I knew it was worth paying attention to, but I could never have imagined this was only the first step toward a much bigger discovery. In the days that followed, I kept watching. It wasn't a coincidence. Always at the same time, just after 10 at night, the curtain in the front apartment moved. It was as if someone was observing the building with the same intensity that I was observing them. And the sounds, soft, muffled, but constant, as if something was being dragged across the floor. My mind started forming hypotheses. Was it just an eccentric resident? A strange habit? Or was there something deeper being hidden there? Every night brought a new piece to an invisible puzzle, and with every detail I recorded, I felt more entangled in a story that demanded to be unraveled. I knew I had crossed a line because I could no longer sleep without first looking at that window. And with every glance, the feeling that something secret was going on grew unbearable. The mystery deepened even more when I realized I wasn't the only one suspicious. One night, while pretending to water the plants on the balcony, I noticed that other neighbors were also discreetly watching the same apartment. It was as if the entire building had sensed something strange, but no one dared to speak of it aloud. A certain fear lingered in the air, as though that secret had the power to change everyone's routine. The atmosphere of suspense kept growing, and the more I investigated, the more signs appeared. Figures darting past quickly, boxes delivered late at night and never taken out again, and sudden silences whenever anyone approached that apartment door. With each new clue, my curiosity became a necessity. I couldn't stop anymore. I needed to understand what was truly happening inside. It was in the stillness of one quiet dawn that the first big clue appeared. I was nearly giving up when I saw something I couldn't ignore. An intense light illuminated the living room for a few seconds, revealing shadows of people who clearly didn't belong there. There were several of them, more than the residents I knew lived there. And then a metallic sound echoed through the building, as if something heavy had been locked away in a hurry. My body shivered. I wasn't imagining things. It was real. The next day, trying to play it off, I casually asked a neighbor if she knew anything about the strange activity, but her only response was a nervous look, as if she was hiding more than she admitted. That was the moment I realized I wasn't the only one who had discovered something. There was a silent pact throughout the building, and I was about to break it. The final revelation didn't happen explosively, but rather in layers, until the truth fully emerged. After so many nights of observation, I finally understood. That apartment was being used as a secret meeting point. Different people entered and left at carefully calculated times, always discreet, but all carrying the same mysterious air. It was like an invisible club, something that connected strangers through a hidden purpose. When the curtain was finally drawn open, I discovered that what had seemed dangerous was, in fact, a secret project by the residents. A kind of society created to quietly help families in need. They met to collect donations, plan support, and keep everything anonymous. The shock wasn't fear, but surprise. The secret that seemed dark actually revealed a strength of unity that no one imagined existed. And this is where everything changed for me. I began to see the building differently, not as a place of strangers, but as a community with hidden stories behind every window. I learned that sometimes what seems frightening may actually be the reflection of something powerful and quiet, happening right under our noses. The secret discovered through the front window didn't just reveal an invisible side of my neighbors, it made me rethink how I connect with the people around me. And maybe that's the greatest lesson. Never underestimate the details. Because a simple glance through a window might not only change how you see the world, but also open your eyes to secrets capable of transforming entire lives. And before wrapping up this story, I want to take a moment to thank all of you who are already part of this amazing community here on the channel. It's thanks to your support, your comments, and your presence that I'm able to bring you content like this, full of mystery, suspense, and revelations that make us think. And if you're just arriving now, welcome. Here you'll find stories designed to capture your attention from start to finish, always with that special touch that makes the difference. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos, and leave your like to make this journey even stronger. Because believe me, the next secret might be much closer than you think, and I want you here with me to uncover it firsthand.